Welcome to Nature's Neighbor on AM 1230 KPRL. Nature's Neighbor. We're live and local and all about living sustainably right here on the Central Coast.
Good afternoon, Central Coast. This is your host, Melanie Blankenship, sitting in the KPRL studio with our boy, Chad Stevens, ready to take your phone calls and answering or talking and sharing conversations about food, farming, family, all being right here on the Central Coast of beautiful, dry California. And here we are, the President's birthday weekend, and children are out of school, post office is closed, banks are closed, freeways aren't. I was shocked because I was just coming up the 101 to get stuck in traffic.
A lot of it.
Oh my goodness, that was horrible. I'm so grateful I don't live in a place that the freeways are like that all the time, and that was pretty intense. Nothing like being completely stopped on Highway 101. So anybody that is traveling through the 101 46 East intersection, please be careful. It's crazy right there. So wanted to put that out there because that's just something rare, something that we don't always have to deal with here on the Central Coast. There's so many things that we are lucky for, that one being one of them. But at the same time, you know, here we are in a drought, and it is incredibly important to conserve, reuse, recycle, do whatever it takes to not live like it's going to be there tomorrow. That water that you use, just keep that in mind. Just what if we don't get the rain? What is the summer going to be? So let's plan. Let's think ahead. I'm really excited because we just got done. I am the owner of Nature's Neighbor TV show, and we just got done with our second production. We are working with Josh from Carmichael Environmental, which is a landscape company from the South County. They are known for installation of gray water systems. And we just, our next show should be coming out here pretty soon, hopefully within the next week. It's going through editing right now. We should be airing on how to install, how to use gray water safely and efficiently. So pretty excited about that. We are working on all the details right now. And then also we got to work with Julie and Debbie from Thomas Hill Organics. We got to go in and do a cooking demonstration and just the whole introduction of Thomas Hill Organics restaurant here in Paso Robles. So stay tuned. I'll let you guys know when it's all going to get ready to air. It airs on Comcast and cable, and also YouTube. Nature's Neighbor Growing From Our Roots YouTube channel is where you can find our previous show as well as the upcoming as soon as it's finished. Pretty excited because this show is just like this radio show, is all about stimulating conversation, stimulating ideas, and motivating. You know, there's so much on the news and all over TV about the drama of things, but where are we finding the reality of things? How are people really living within their community and living to be able to sustain themselves within this community? And that is what I hope as Nature's Neighbor in this show and as the TV show, is that we can stimulate the conversation and the ideas to get better together, always. And I feel very excited about, you know, this whole endeavor that we have taken on at Nature's Touch, because we are right there downtown Templeton, eating and sharing all local, all really good food, and just being a part of this community any way we can. We showed the documentary, the last call at the Oasis, this last Thursday. It is an Aaron Brockovich sponsored documentary. Holy moly. It was a little bit intense, but at the same time kind of rewarding. It was funny, actually, and a lot of things, surprisingly, when you're sitting here talking about a drought and being lack of water. The biggest thing that this kept talking about was the hard sell, how hard it is to sell to the consumer recycled water or reused, retreated, reclaimed water. And yet we in this country, I mean, the biggest bottled water consumer in the world, plastic bottled water, but yet it's hard to sell recycled water. They showed the testing of a lot of the bottled waters, the plastic bottled waters. It was pretty pretty scary at the same time as crazy. And so this documentary goes on to show, the marketing companies getting together and how are we going to market recycled, reclaimed water. The best part of the whole entire documentary. So it was even just this, with all that information that was thrown out of this documentary, highly recommend to see it for everybody because it's eye-opening. Yes, it's scary, but at the same time, it had some promise in there as well. But the funniest part was them coming up with the names for plastic bottled recycled water. And so the best one was the porcelain oasis. It was seriously the best. I mean, thinking about the names of all what they were going to call their bottled water, and the porcelain oasis, that was a good one. But it shows the test results of how our water municipalities treat and get our water back to drinking state. But it is talking about some other big issues, for the instance of things that are getting flushed down the toilet and things that go down into our rain gutters. So all of us that are out there, think about things. You can't just keep flushing out of sight, out of mind. We have to figure out how we need to get better with our resources, because as if everyone looks outside, it is looking pretty peakaged out there. So let's get beyond. I feel like if we keep looking and sharing the promise that maybe more people would open their eyes and get better together, because I feel like we can't move forward when people are depressed or bummed out or negative. But if we can find some positive and move this forward, I think we can all get through it better, a little bit safer, more efficiently. Yeah, I know. Seriously, hunch out. Cross your fingers. Hopefully, let's all we have is hope. So let's figure it out and let's do it better together. On that note, let's talk about some of the other classes that are coming up at Nature's Touch. This is the time of the year when Nature's Touch and I do a lot of our gardening, cooking, and all the different types of living within this community classes. The reason is we can get out into the garden, yes, but at the same time, this is the best time of the year. If we, I practice biodynamic systems. My life is biodynamic, and so this is the time of the year where we're planning, prepping, and getting prepared for the upcoming season. And so this is why I do a lot of our classes this time of the year. It's too cold to go out and plant all the time, or too dry, or too whatever. So this is the time where I'm laying out my garden, planning, because the biggest mistake that all gardeners, all farmers do is get in over their head and try to do too many things all at once. It's not efficient, it's not practical, and it's overwhelming. And most of the time when you get overwhelmed in the garden, it kind of seems like things start stacking up on you. But yet, if you take a step back, take a deep breath, plan it out a little better, organize things. The first thing I always say to everybody that comes in to try to plan their garden is think about what you physically, mentally, you're capable of doing. And know that if you're planning on taking that vacation in the middle of summer or trying to, do different things, maybe it might not necessarily be a great idea to plant 25 different varieties of tomatoes. Maybe we should just plant 5 because, realistically, you'll have more time to focus on those 5 instead of 25 and maybe not use as much water. And what ifs, let's focus on what we can and keep it within our system. And it's pretty funny. I've actually, the majority of people, including myself, when I keep things small and simple, I actually find that I end up with more of an abundance of crop because the more nutrients is available in our soil and timing, and I'm able to farm things a little bit better. So make sure, guys, don't get in over your heads and think that you have to do so much. And let's do this better together. So a reminder, tomorrow night at 5:30, starting at 5:30, we start our Growing an Herbal Medicine Cabinet Garden. That is a class that we have right there on the teaching table inside Nature's Touch. It is $25. It's from 5:30 to 6:30, and it is tomorrow, Tuesday. So give us a call or come into the store today, get signed up. We'll take sign-ups all the way up until about 12 o'clock tomorrow afternoon so we can plan for it. But I teach how to grow, use, save seed, and carry things on, as well as store your herbs from your garden. And I teach herbal gardening from growing things like stevia, burdock, different types of herbal, European as well as American sage, oreganos, borage flower, those kind of things, as well as thyme, rosemary, a little bit of lavender. I teach you how to grow them efficiently and also teach you how to preserve them, because that's realistically, I believe everyone should have a small herbal garden, because you can't get any better oils or flavor than you can get from a fresh garden. But at the same time, your things like herbs, like thyme and sage and even stevia. Stevia, the sugar substitute out there, and it's becoming more popular. Stevia grows like basil. Basil thrives in 65-degree soil temperatures and 75 or above daytime temperatures. So the soil has to be warm, the air has to be warm to grow basil. And it thrives in our summertime. It likes to be on the drier side. It doesn't like to be overwatered, and it likes full sun. So does stevia. Stevia and basil companion very well together, and it's very easy to tell the difference because one is 100 times sweeter than sugar and the other one's more licoricey, but it actually grows beautifully. So see, those are the kind of things that I teach in these classes, and to be able to help you identify. Also, what do you use on your herb plants? For instance, burdock root is the part that you use. When do you harvest burdock? Where do you grow it? What's the size that burdock's the potential of the plant? What is it going to grow to? Those are the kind of things that we talk about in the Growing an Herbal Medicine Cabinet Garden. And I would love for anyone who's interested to come and join me. You're more than welcome to give Nature's Touch a call, which is area code 805-434-3062. And in all my classes, I always suggest please wear something comfortable and warm, and also bring a 2014 calendar. And that is for you to take notes about different growing patterns. Just like how I talked about the basil and the stevia. That's, when should you plant it? When should it grow? That's why we need that 2014 calendar. So here we are on the first half already over on our show. We're going to go to a break, but when we come back, I want to talk about the specials that we're having at Nature's Touch, as well as I want to continue the conversation about the classes and also bare roots. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after our messages. Thank you. Welcome back to the second half of Nature's Neighbor. I am your host again, Melanie Blankenship, sitting in the studio with our boy Chad Stevens, ready to take your phone call. Give us a call, 238-5775-238-KPRL. So here we are on this Monday. I can't believe how fast this month is going by. I feel like I just started. So every time I'm sitting here talking about classes and scheduling, it's just, holy moly, I'm trying to grasp it and trying to hold on here as this time goes by so fast. So another class that is coming up that we do during this time of the year is raising poultry. This is a class that we talk about everything from raising chickens, ducks, geese, guineas, turkeys. And also, we don't just talk about how to raise them for backyard for eggs. We also talk about raising them for meat production. We talk about the different breeds, on what works, what varieties tend to be stronger, what varieties tend to lay better, or, so on and so forth, as well as, we talk about all the different feed sources that are available out there. We'll explain all the different ones. Also, when your chickens are molting and their overall health of your birds. Those are the class, Raising Poultry. It's coming up on March 4th. It's 5:30. It's an evening weekday class. So just to let everyone know that one's coming up as well. All my classes and all the events that are happening at Nature's Touch, you can always find them on our website at Nature's Touch Nursery and Harvest.com or ntnah.com. Or also you can always find us on Facebook, and we post a lot of the different events there as well. So the other topic I wanted to throw out there, so we're doing a bunch of specials in the store. This is also that time of the year where where our availability is becoming a little bit more, so we're able to play with pricing a little bit. We are inundated with cilantro and parsley plants inside the inside the nursery, as well as this is the best time of the year to plant them. They like the cooler soil. They like the fake cooler, because it's not really that cool. I was out doing gardening again in a tank top and shorts yesterday. I mean, so this is a little strange, but my cilantro and my parsley are thriving, so I'm pretty excited to see that. And with minimal water, because they actually can handle even the amount of moisture that we get in the early morning dew. So this is, the best time to go out and plant cilantro and parsley. So we have a bunch of plants at the store. We're also discounting them, so come on in and enjoy. Also, we're doing a seed special, so you spend $25 in seed, you're going to get $5 off on any seed purchase, $25 or more. So we're going to do this whole week, so come on in anytime this week and you're going to get those specials. And then one more special, all our bare root that is in stock. So we have things like the Babcock peach and the Newtown pippin apple, and then I think I have some Marion berries as well as raspberries. So all our bare root that's in our sand pit there at Nature's Touch. We're going to do a special. Any bare root purchase, take $5 off. So this is the time to get things going and get them in the ground, and we want to help by giving you a better price. So come on and enjoy. Also, on another note, which, give us a call and we can even talk discounts on a lot of these varieties. The grower that we work with is Trees of Antiquity. They're a wholesale grower right here in San Miguel. They have a beautiful online catalog. So again, the company is treesofantiquity.com. They're who are growing our bare root fruit trees. They have a huge amount of stock of these varieties of fruit trees. So we would be willing to make some big deals for people that would be willing to get them into the ground. For instance, things like white mulberries. I guess Dr. Oz a couple weeks ago was talking about this is the new magic fruit. Well, guess what? The white mulberries thrive in North County soil and temperature, and everybody knows the mulberry trees that are planted all around. Sadly, they're fruitless, majority of them around here, so they've been sterilized so that they don't produce a fruit, because they are messy. But it's, food is supposed to be messy, right? That's why we have napkins and why they invented utensils, so they wouldn't get all over the place. But white mulberries are beautiful and they thrive in this area. So contact us at Nature's Touch and we can help get you a good price and get them, help them get into the ground and produce for you in this area as well. There's a couple other varieties let me throw out. Blenheim apricots, white pearmain apple, Spitzenberg apple, Newtown pippin, which I have some in stock, but I also have even more available through the grower. Golden russet apple, Suncrest peach, Red Haven peach. There's a George peach, which is a white flesh freestone. It's beautiful. Baby Crawford peach, and then the Babcock peach, which they have a ton of stock, and we would be, again, more than happy to help discount so that we can get them into the ground and carry on, as well as, just think, all fruit trees, bare root, and unless you know the age of the grower, I think that these guys are about the 1 to 2 year old. It's going to be about 3 to 5 years before we see a production. It takes fruit trees that long to be able to be old enough to bear fruit. So let's invest wisely. Let's think about, how long it's going to take, and understand that we're going to have to carry these on and farm them well in order to get a production in them. As well as we cannot afford as a society to allow any fruit tree orchard or farmer ever go out of business, because think about it. If we lose those farmers, they take their orchards with them, or their orchards don't get maintained or die. And then we have if we want to go and replant, we still have to wait 3 to 5 years to be able to ever see that food again. So keep that in mind, and also hopefully think about it as a stimulation to get out there into the ground and do your part in learning to feed ourselves. We can create a better resilience with whatever is coming at us if we actually have more food available locally. So keep that in mind. And on a positive note, let's talk food, because this is this time of the year and what's coming into season, what's available out there locally. I'm excited because in southern Monterey County, I have a grower that is picking organic, beautiful strawberries that are coming in tomorrow, as well as turnips, parsnips, carrots, and Auntie's carrots are incredibly beautiful and in season. This is the time of the year when they are even the best, because it's that cold soils and beautiful daytime temperatures that is making them thrive. Spring onions, spring garlic. These are all the garlics that were planted in the early fall that, instead of allowing them to bulb out, They are actually looking like a scallion or a green onion, but they're 100 times potent than most clove garlics. There's a ton of them in the store right now. I love to get the green garlic and make green garlic pesto. So we have baby artichokes available right now, and what we do is we get into the kitchen and boil down the artichokes and make a broth, and use the artichoke broth to tame down some of the garlic and a little bit of olive oil. And then we have green garlic pesto that we can use as a spread or a dip. It is so good. You guys can come enjoy it at Nature's Food, which is right inside Nature's Touch. It's our kitchen. So come in and try. Again, thank you so much for all your continued support. I look forward to talking with you next week right here on Nature's Neighbor on KPRL. Have a very good week, guys.